The Eurozone is edging closer to a disastrous recession after the economy plummeted by 3.8% in the first quarter of 2020, dealing another devastating blow to the European Union as the bloc struggles to contain the financial impact from the coronavirus pandemic. According to a preliminary estimate from the European Union's Statistics Office Eurostat, gross domestic product (GDP) in the 19 countries sharing the euro shrunk by 3.8% compared to the previous three-month period, the sharpest quarterly decline since the time series started in 1995. Reuters had polled several economists who had forecast a 3.5% contraction in the Eurozone economy. This follows marginal growth of 0.1% in the final 3 months of 2019. This latest slump for economic output in the 19 countries sharing the euro will set alarm bells ringing in Brussels, as it is worse than during the financial crisis of 2008–09. It is also the sharpest quarterly decline since the time series started in 1995. The wider EU economy also suffered a huge blow, with GDP shrinking 3.3% year-on-year during the three-month period. Financial analysts have painted a bleak picture for the Eurozone, warning there could be much worse to come as coronavirus lockdowns continue to be enforced throughout Europe. Carsten Brzezinski, chief economist in Germany, tweeted, in case the #ECB needed any more bad news for its briefing notes, #Eurozone GDP fell by 3.8% QoQ in the first quarter. And this was only with roughly 2 weeks of lockdown and supply chain disruptions. Brace yourself for worse to happen. The coronavirus pandemic that has swept across the continent has seen most European governments impose strict lockdown measures on households and businesses since last month. Europe's economy is expected to fall at a much faster rate over the coming weeks and months, with the pandemic expected to trigger the worst recession in the global economy since the Great Recession of the 1930s. The European Central Bank (ECB) is now under huge pressure and later today will announce the next moves to prop up the ailing Eurozone economy that forecasters have warned could shrink by up to a tenth this year. But Sophia Ortmann, an analyst at DZ Bank, said, it is more likely that the ECB could sit on its hands in order to keep up the pressure on European governments to adopt further aid packages or financial solidarity measures. Last week, ECB President Christine Lagarde warned EU leaders Eurozone GDP could plunge by as much as 15% this year.